Emma and Jack were a young couple in love, returning home after a weekend getaway. They boarded the last train of the night, excited to be together, even if the hour was late. The train was nearly empty, and they chose a cozy corner in the last carriage, away from the passengers. As the train chugged along, the rhythmic sound of the wheels on the tracks lulled them into a comfortable silence. They talked quietly, sharing dreams and plans for the future, unaware of the darkness that would soon envelop them. About an hour into their journey, the train suddenly screeched to a halt. The lights flickered and went out, plunging them into complete darkness. Emma clutched Jack's hand tightly. "What's happening?" she whispered, fear creeping into her voice. Jack squeezed her hand reassuringly. "It's probably just a technical issue. They'll fix it soon." Minutes passed, and the darkness remained unbroken. Jack pulled out his phone and turned on the flashlight. The beam cut through the blackness, revealing their surroundings. Everything looked normal, but there was an eerie silence, broken only by the distant hum of the train's engine. "Let's check with the conductor," Jack suggested. They made their way through the carriages, but each one was empty. It was as if everyone had vanished. When they reached the front of the train, they found the conductor's cabin deserted. The controls were dead, and there was no sign of anyone. Panic began to set in. "We're all alone," Emma said, her voice trembling. Jack tried to stay calm. "We'll be fine. Let's go back to our seats and wait. Someone will come for us." As they walked back, they heard a faint distant sound. It was a low, hinting whisper echoing through the train. They stopped, straining to hear. "Help. Us." Emma and Jack exchanged fearful glances. The whispers grew louder, more insistent. They followed the sound to a locked compartment. Jack forced the door open, and they were hit by a blast of cold air. Inside the compartment, they found a group of ghostly figures, their faces pale and eyes hollow. The ghosts reached out to them, their whispers now a chorus. "Help us. Free us." Emma and Jack backed away, terrified. The ghosts moved closer, their fingers like ice. "We're trapped. You must help us." Jack found his voice. "How? How can we help you?" One of the ghosts pointed to a rusted old lever in the corner. "Pull the lever, set us free." With trembling hands, Jack approached the lever. He hesitated, then pulled it with all his strength. The train shuddered and the ghost let out a wail. There was a blinding flash of light, and the train began to move again. The lights flickered back on, and the ghosts were gone. Emma and Jack were alone in the carriage once more. The train continued its journey as if nothing had happened. When they finally reached their destination, they stumbled out of the train, shaken but unharmed. They never spoke of that night again, but they knew they had encountered something otherworldly. Years later, they would learn that the train had once derailed on that same stretch of track, and the spirits of those who had died in the crash were said to haunt it, seeking release. Emma and Jack had given them what they longed for: peace.